what would you say would be the biggest difference between Dana Brooke, Ash By Elegance?
In Dana Brooke, I always had the confidence, but I feel as though it was kind of chipped away at. Every time I felt like, because they had big dreams for me, or as they would say, and then they would give me a little taste of it and then keep pulling it back, and give me a little taste of it and pulling it back. So it kind of like chipped away at my confidence. And then you're walking on eggshells by the end of it. Now with TNA, I have all this confidence in the world. They give me the ball. I knock it out of the park. And then they give me a little bit more and a little bit more. And here we are, coming up on Rebellion on AMC and in Cleveland, Ohio, and on pay-per-view. And we have this killer, amazing story with, ODB, Terrence Terrell, Mickey James, that are all future legends. Are legends, past, TNA wrestlers. And we're given this opportunity with myself, who I feel as though is the leader of the Elegance brand, and we're given a chance. And that's what I feel was lacking before in Dana Brooke, is confidence and a chance.
You already know it is by the sound of my voice. That's right, your boy, Mr. 6'9", JT, back in this piece once again. Marcel Mikes is in the building, and I am in the presence of elegance.
Wow. I think my personal concierge should be a little nervous with how you just introed me.
I mean, listen, if there's an issue at any point where he cannot perform the duty, I am well equipped and ready.
I see that. And maybe security by Elegance?
Oh, yeah. I could be security.
6'9". You said 390 pounds?
Yes.
I have nothing to worry about.
Nothing at all. No worries at all. So you're back home.
I am.
Here, Cleveland, the land, as they call it. How does it feel to be back here in Cleveland, getting ready to perform in front of your fans in your hometown?
Oh my God, it feels amazing. I must say that this is like a full circle moment. I left Cleveland, made my way south to Orlando when I started my wrestling career with WWE and NXT. Back towards the later part of 2025, I was kind of forced into retirement, but I worked my way out of that. And now I'm coming back on in my hometown with TNA. They've never seen Ash By Elegance here in Cleveland, Ohio. They've only seen, Dana Brooke, I must say. So this is a whole different persona. But the energy is amazing. All my friends, my family are going to be there. I've inspired so many kids. My sister's a school teacher, so she teaches. I often go to her classroom and tell them, look, you might not know what you want to be sitting in that seat. I was there once, but look where I am now. And, let this be motivating and inspire you to never give up. And it all started there at school, to get good grades, to continue to grow and follow your path. And it's awesome to see kids even from 10 years ago when I used to speak with the kids till now, and seeing them kind of grow and want to support me. My sister's bringing a lot of her children that she has taught along the way. So it's awesome to be here. I'm really, really excited.
Listen, I think the people who are in Cleveland are more excited because I think the last time I seen you here in Cleveland live from me was an NXT show.
Yeah.
It's the last time I seen you. And just to have you here, back here in Cleveland, underneath the banner of TNA, which is doing amazing things right now, I am stoked. I'm happy. I was just talking outside with Ross, and I was saying, man, we have been clamoring for TNA to come here to the land.
They teased it last year.
Man,
they teased it. I was getting really excited too. And then they were like, nope, we're not going. I was like, man. Funny story is, one of the last times I wrestled here, I remember that NXT show you were talking about, but I was on Raw, and sure enough, I was wrestling Alicia Fox on TV, and I was a heel at the time, and I go out and they mention Cleveland, Ohio, and again, anything happens in wrestling. Like I was saying before, I was like, you just never know until your hand is raised. You might go into the match thinking, hey, I'm going to win. And then you just never know, right? So here's a situation. So I go out. I'm the heel. I'm supposed to win. I go out, they mentioned Cleveland, Ohio. I think Vince forgot I was from Cleveland, so the crowd erupted. They went crazy for me. And on the headset, Vince is like, what the heck? You know, oh my God, why are they cheering her? Like, this isn't supposed to. And then our ref tells Foxy we're like in the heat, and we had to switch everything, completely switch the finish. I had Foxy in a hold, and they were like, Foxy over, Foxy over, Foxy over. I'm like, oh my God, what are we going to do? How are we going to do this? Because we had to switch everything like on the fly. So that's, yeah, it's part of the Cleveland curse thing, right? I mean... You know how that goes.
Oh, yeah, I do. I mean, speaking of the curse, you're wearing the Indian shirt, and I can remember all those times it was just upon the cusp.
Just right there.
And then you get a random fan that catches a ball that could have been out, and now it's a...
Yes, now, right. And then same thing with the Browns. We're always this close, or this year we're going to have an awesome year, and then it just never happened.
Oh, man, listen, I don't even want to talk about the Browns or the Dolphins. To me, they're just the same team. Let's be honest. Same team. You get your hopes up high every season, and then this happens.
I know. My household is a split household, too. Mm-hmm. Browns on one side, my parents, me, my sister, my husband, and the kids, and everybody's a Dolphins fan on that side. So we're definitely a split. I'm like, but they're just the same.
It's literally the same story.
Terrible.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
But we love them.
I know. We keep coming back.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. It's like watching episodes of like Seinfeld. Like after the third season, it's like, all right, we get it.
Yeah.
So you spoke about not knowing what to do in life. Interesting fact, you were a gymnast as well as a diver.
Yes.
And you transcended into bodybuilding.
Correct.
And then you come into this world of professional wrestling. What was that like far as like the transition? Because from gymnast to gymnast, diver, bodybuilder, wrestling, was it a smooth transition for you or?
So I must say, I mean, the athletic part of wrestling kind of goes hand in hand with the athleticism of what it takes to be a gymnast, a diver. The mental part and the psychology behind wrestling is completely different than anything that you can even imagine. So, for example, you're telling a story. It's like a soap opera that's 365 days of a year that's telling a story, and you're trying to, navigate through the story. And sometimes it might not make sense to you, but you have to take a step back and look at the overall bigger picture of the story and where it's heading to. The physical part of it is absolutely no joke. Like, it is taxing on your body. I hate when people are like, oh my God, is wrestling real? Is it fake? Does it even hurt? I'm like, hey, why don't you take a chair or go, slam your body from the top rope, do a flip and land? And they're like, is it like a trampoline in there? I'm like, absolutely not. Like that, it hurts. Like injuries can happen. Concussions are a huge thing. So it's very taxing and demanding on your body, and you have to be in tip-top shape mentally and physically, because if your mental game's not there, it can be very detrimental to your opponent. You're trusting that person that you're wrestling, you're putting your body in their hands, and vice versa. They're trusting you to take care of them. Accidents happen all the time. That's why being a professional in the ring, you have to navigate and know how to keep going. So like accidents happen in the ring, but your character, it's weird. You can't break character. It's not like in a boxing match where the guy gets knocked out and you're celebrating like, yeah, I just knocked him out. No, you kind of have to like stick to the script, because later on next week things are going to have to be written different. So it's hard. It's difficult. I absolutely love it. I never like to say what ifs in life. So my athletic career went from gymnast to diving to bodybuilding to really not knowing that wrestling was ever going to be in my future. And it was a blessing. It fell into my lap, and I was like, wrestling, I never knew I really wanted to do this, or do I want to do it? But yeah, let's try it. And I fell in love. And it's crazy because I learned such a amazing craft at an older age. I started wrestling when I was 22. So your mind plays tricks on you, right? When you're younger, it's just like muscle memory, and you just kind of keep going. You don't think of the injury or the risk. Now I'm like, oh my God, this is crazy.
It's like, I may need to think about this
Yeah,
move before
yeah.
I do it.
I'm waking up every Monday morning wanting to get kicked and punched in the stomach and throw myself on the ground. Like, something must be wrong with me in the head. But no, it's a blessing because I've been able to have an awesome platform, inspire so many people inside of the ring, outside of the ring, follow their dreams. And really, it's relatable in any occupation in life.
It is, and when you think about that, right, and you talk about the transitioning into wrestling and not knowing, and kind of just riding the wave, in a sense. Who was that one person that said, "Give wrestling a try"? Was this like a personal thing, or?
No, so I was in Spain competing at the Arnold Classics. I don't know if you're familiar. Like, there's an Arnold Classic in Columbus,
Ohio.
Yeah, and they do them around the world. And I've traveled with the Arnold Classics around the world, and I was competing, and I was with my mom, and a recruiter came up to me and was like, "Hey, we absolutely been following your journey. We love your personality. We love your athleticism. Are you interested in wrestling?" And I look at my mom and I'm like, "Mom, did he just ask what kind of wrestling is this? Like, is this amateur wrestling? Like, high school wrestling? There's a lot of weird fetishes in the bodybuilding world. Like, is he wanting to wrestle me? Like, weirdly, because I have muscles."
What's going on?
Right. And then he's like, "No, like WWE." And I'm like, oh my God. And I was like, I love to try, So I went down to Orlando, Florida. So many amazing coaches were down there. Norman Smiley, shout out to him. Terry Taylor, Robbie Brookside. I had Matt Bloom, Shawn Michaels, just everyone. And Norman Smiley and also Terry Taylor were like, "You're natural. Like, you literally are natural." But I was like, "Thank you. This hurts, but I'm not going to because they really do at those tryouts, try and break you down to see how strong and mentally tough you are." So I'm standing there "Yeah, I'm a natural, but this hurts." And I ran with it. I fell in love with it. And just, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here right now.
And that's an amazing part. I mean, you mentioned the big wiggle, Norman Smiley, big international, especially in Mexico and Japan, and having all those influence. Me personally, I thought it was Arnold. Was like, "Oh, I like the way you look. Maybe you should try wrestling."
Yeah, you have a good impression.
But thank you. But moving on from getting into the ring, let's get to the point where you came into this great company known as TNA. What was that transition like? How is it different?
To be honest with you, leaving WWE, I didn't know what existed. Again, going back, I never was into wrestling growing up. I never knew there was an independent scene. I never knew how to even put my foot into that independent scene coming out of WWE. I honestly thought I was done. It was a really hard pill to swallow because I felt as though I had so much more in the tank. I felt I wasn't given a full potential and my full, I had so much more in me that I wanted to do. So I was just like, oh my God, what do I do now? Right. So then I had a call with Tommy Dreamer, and Tommy's like, "Kid, I've seen you in WWE. Mickie James, was somebody that was a great, great friend of mine in WWE. We were on the road together for a very long time. And she spoke very highly of me to Tommy. And Tommy's like, "I just feel like you weren't given your full potential. If you want to come, we would love to have you. We see a bright future in you, and we can help you work on whatever you want to work on. If you want to reinvent yourself, we can totally do that. If you want to be who you were back then, you can too. But let us know what you want to do." And I had to really think over it because I was on the road for 12 coming up on 13 years of my life.
That's right.
Missing birthday parties, missing, weddings, my parents, home, just big events. I was getting married. I have children, and I never knew what a kitchen was. I never knew what a closet was because I was always in and out of suitcases, calling room service. So I was just kind of getting adapted to being home
Regular
and
life.
cooking and taking the kids to football. I'm like, well, I still got it in me. So I was like, all right, let's do it. Let's make the jump. And I must say it was the best decision I have made because I reinvented myself, which I feel like was the best decision, to put a different persona out there. TNA took a chance on me. TNA gave me that platform to spread my wings and like fly and do the move sets that I always knew I could, and put me up against the best female competitors I feel that the wrestling universe has is in TNA, because these women are hungry. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. We're not handcuffed. We are told to go out there and kill it and do whatever we want to do, and they'll help navigate to make it the best it can be. So I used to go, in WWE with some ideas, and they'd be like, yeah, okay, those are good, but we're not going to do that. And 3 or 4 months down the road, those ideas are given to somebody else.
And now, said that.
Yeah, I'm like, and TNA's like, yeah, let's do it. And Tommy's like, but here's how we can make it so much better, right? So it is such a blessing. And like, shout out to Jordan Grace. She really put me on the map. She really pushed me to the extreme. We had an awesome match at Slammiversary that she brought things out of me that I didn't even know I can do. And she's like, I know you can do this. Like, I know you have it in you to do this. And then we did a hardcore match. Did that, fell in love with it. Jody has been awesome. She has always believed in me. She's taken my ideas and ran with it. I had a big feud with her and Danny Luna for the tag titles, and that was one of my first title opportunities. And grabbed those tag titles and really ran with it. And I had Heather Reckless by my side, Heather by Elegance now, and we've really grown this brand to be like a staple in the company, and I really feel like a big face on the AMC network.
It is, and big night and day difference from Dana Brooke to Ash by Elegance, the Elegance brand. I remember when you debuted, and I'm sitting here, I'm watching, and I see you come across the screen. I'm like, holy shit! And just the total difference in character makes a lot of difference. Also, your wrestling, totally different. And this is something that was much needed. You spoke about the ideas that you had. Now you're getting a chance to see those play out in real life, in real time. So with that being said, what would you say would be the biggest difference between Dana Brooke, Ash by Elegance?
I've always believed in myself, but having a company that backs you and believes in you and gives you the ball and you can run with it, because I know I am a team player, but also I believe in myself. So if I am given that chance, I have confidence in myself. As before, in Dana Brooke, I always had the confidence, but I feel as though it was kind of chipped away at. Every time I felt like, because they had big dreams for me, or as they would say, and then they would give me a little taste of it and then keep pulling it back and give me a little taste of it and pulling it back. So it kind of like chipped away at my confidence. And then you're walking on eggshells by the end of it. Now with TNA, I have all this confidence in the world. They give me the ball. I knock it out of the park. And then they give me a little bit more and a little bit more. And here we are, coming up on Rebellion on AMC and in Cleveland, Ohio, and on pay-per-view. And we have this killer, amazing story with, ODB, Taryn Terrell, Mickey James, that are all future legends. Are legends, past, TNA wrestlers. And we're given this opportunity with myself, who I feel as though is the leader of the Elegance brand, with amazing M by Elegance, Heather. We have Mr. Elegance, and we're given a chance, and that's what I feel was lacking before in Dana Brooke, is confidence and a chance.
Yes, it's like that confidence switch turned on up to 1,000, and I could say I'm enjoying the work that you're doing. I am fully engaged into the work that you're doing, because this is glimpses that I got to see at that NXT house show in Cleveland. I was like, man, why don't I let her do this stuff on TV?
I know.
And just to see it play out, it's like, I love it. You represent the city. The city is backing you. It's behind
It's
you.
the best feeling.
It's the best feeling ever. And you've spoken twice, maybe 3 times about your husband. And I just want to know, what was it like finding that love and finding that special person, your person, and being able to have that person back you, be beside you, uh, be your confidant in, the best and worst times. What is that feeling like?
It's the best feeling in the world. To be honest, the moment I met him, he has such a unique story. And you can find it, he's shared it many times. I didn't know his story, but the moment I met him, I knew something about him was special, and it just clicked. I never had that feeling in my entire life. The man I previously was with before my husband, he had suddenly passed away. So I had tunnel vision on. Like, I was focused on my career. I really redeveloped myself. I really, took a deep dive and soul searched and really found out what I liked about myself, what I didn't like about myself. And I was on the road. I was like just in my zone. I was really big on women empowerment. And this feeling came over me when I had met him that I was like, wow, this man is truly special. And it takes a very confident man to be with a woman that is in my position in my career that I do find is a very male driven career. And men in my business, they look great. They're body guys. Some of them work out 24/7. They look amazing. They have charisma. They have, they go on stage and you have thousands and thousands of females, chanting at them. And you have to be with a very confident man to understand that I'm doing this. I am in the spotlight. I am, performing, and I want to be the best I possibly can be. And that's being in the ring. Now, outside of the ring, I'm dieting. I'm eating healthy. I need to work out. I need to wake up in the morning. Not every man understands that. They're like, why do you want to wake up at 6 in the morning before the airport? I'm like, because I got to work out. Or why are you eating, 6 ounces of chicken with a cup of white rice? I'm like, because I got to look good, and not a lot of people understand that. But he gets it because he's an athlete himself. He's a family man. He's on the road with me 24/7. I've had some health issues in the past couple of months, and he's never left my side. And he loves me for me. He never knew who I was. When I had met him, he didn't know that I was Dina Brooke.
He had no idea.
No, he had no idea.
Oh,
and
wow.
his kids had to tell him, like, Dad, you don't know who that is? He's like, no, I don't know who that is. He's like, I play her in the video games. And I'm like, oh my God, the kids used to play me on video games, had my action figures, but yeah, he had no idea. And he's my ride or die through thick and thin, through life. He's my lifelong tag partner forever.
I love that for you. I love
Thank
that for
you.
the both of you, to be honest. And, having that person by your side and being your ride or die. I mean, he's here in the studio now. You guys don't see him, but he's here.
And he's a gentle giant. Like, he's such a teddy bear. People think, like, he's so scary. When I saw him, I did think he was a little scary because he had, like, dreads. He has golds, his mouth full of golds. His face is all cut up. But he is such a sweetheart. He goes, give me 5 minutes of your time and, like, we can talk. And he's, like, the chillest dude ever. But I like a little intimidation factor, too, because no one's going to mess with me.
Not at all. And just to let you know, the goals thing, mouthful of gold, that's like a Miami thing.
Yeah,
so,
you rep the 305.
Yeah, all day, man. It's like, that's a Miami thing. At one point, I had a mouthful, and when I say at one point, it was literally one point. Maybe like a week, I lost the grill, and that was it. I'm not investing much money in the grill again.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I just have a few more follow-up
Of
questions,
course.
and I know your time is very precious. What is one thing that you can say from the fan perspective that you are tired of from the fans, whether it be a comment or whether it be like just certain weird questions?
Is this in general or just towards me?
No, in general, and how about both?
Okay.
And it's
Being
okay.
at an airport at 5 or 6 in the morning, asking for photos and autographs, and putting your kids in the airport at 5 or 6 or at 11 or 12 at night after a show. It's like I always stop and I always appreciate everyone, but come on, there's personal space. And I think it has been addressed time and time over social media that, like, listen, we are trying to get home to our families. We're trying to get home to our, maybe it's another interview or something where we just want to just kind of decompress and chill. And the airport lifestyle is very hectic at times. And it's like, why is your kid at the airport at 4 or 5 in the morning asking for us? And I put a kid on the spot once. They come up to me, hi, can I have your autograph? I'm like, yeah, do you know who I am? No. I'm okay, well, who sent you here? Oh, my dad. I'm like, okay, well, your dad could have, come up and asked. He doesn't have to have you standing here. I'm like, oh, are you going to school? No, not today. So it's like, just understand that, like, we too are humans, and we go out of our way above and beyond when we're at shows, when we're at restaurants. It's fine. There's time and place for everything, but just respect people's personal space.
That's for you, the person that's watching. For the
I
person.
hope I'm not wrong, but
No.
I always
You are
go out of my way and really I'll sign everything. I'll do everything, but like the airport stuff really bothers me.
You are totally right. Like when I clock out and go home, I'm going home. Like
Right.
I may see somebody random that I may have known 10 years ago. Hey, what's up? Text me. Like I gotta go. Like
Right. And hotels too. Like I'm a woman, and if my husband's not there with me, I get nervous when a male's like trying to get my autograph. I'm like, are you following me to my, like it's just like boundaries and personal space, especially too for the men. It's like just. You don't know what we're going through. Our bodies just went through war. We're mentally decompressing. Just like chill. We always do meet and greets after every show. Right. We always are at conventions. We leave the parking lot and people are always out there, and we'll sign, but just, chill on that.
Respect the boundaries.
Yes.
At the end of the day. And, if that ever comes to play in the problem, they're following you to the hotel, you got Security by Elegance right here.
That's
6'9".
right. 6'9", 390.
Yeah, I'm right.
What's
I'm right
up?
here. So if you running up on Ash at a hotel, at an airport,
I'm going to call. I'm going to call somebody
me.
that knows somebody that knows somebody.
That knows somebody. Listen, she even got to call her husband because the husband got hands for you. Don't even worry about it. Just call me.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, put your hands on pause and let me do the work.
Yeah, I would love that.
Like Midas, right? Midas touch. Okay, last question for you because I know we got to wrap up. I just got the look. If you could actually compare your career in your life to one of your favorite music albums.
Oh my God, this is a hard question. No, don't give me this one.
How about your career now? If you had an album, like an artist, it doesn't even have to be like an album, just an artist or a song by artists.
Oh, I don't know.
That's a tough one.
That's a good one. What would you say if you know my career?
I know your career. So if I had to compare your current career right now to a song, not even a song. I would say just album. I'm gonna say Lupe Fiasco's first album, the debut album. That to me describes your current trajectory, where you came from, where you're at right now, what you've built, the transformation. That is Ash by Elegance.
I might have to put that on my playlist.
Yeah, put it on your playlist.
My hype up music going into Rebellion.
Yeah, put it on. It's good. It's good thinking music. But before we get out of here, is there anything that you want to plug? Drop the socials, what have you.
I'm really excited to be here April 11th at Rebellion at the Wolstein Center Arena, Cleveland State, in the 216, taking on Mickey James, Mark. I call her Marky James because she's been calling me a Mark. So Marky James, ODB, and Taryn Terrell. this coming Saturday. So I'm super pumped about it. Watch us every Thursday on AMC Network. And also, if you're not following the TNA app, you better follow it now. Do it now. TNA socials across the board. We're always posting up and coming events. We're always dropping exclusives. Watch my Immerse documentary on YouTube. It's pretty awesome. And you can find me on all social platforms going through the TNA social media. You can find me. I'm always posting.
Listen, I'm Mr. 6'9" JT. This is Ash by Elegance. This has been Marks with Mikes. Listen, TNA Rebellion, April 11th. Get your tickets, pull up, make sure you're there, and make sure you are in the presence of elegance at the end of the day.
Security by Elegance.
Security by Elegance. I'm here. I'm here for it. We love you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. It's been an honor and a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you.